Can't tell if it's in focus. That's the one thing with shooting these vintage lenses. It's tough to focus if you're shooting yourself. Boring background. What's up guys, my name is Mark and this is a $10 adapter. I use it to adapt vintage 35mm SLR lenses to my modern camera. It's completely changed the way I shoot photos and video, and it's super easy. I honestly think the value these lenses can bring to your work is limitless, and getting in won't break the bank. First thing you need to know when trying to adapt these old lenses to your camera is the lens mount on your vintage lens. Now I'll give you 3 examples of different lens mounts in this video. I'll leave additional information in the video description if you want to know more. Okay, first up. The Canon FD 24mm f2.8 prime lens that I want to mount to a modern full-frame mirrorless camera. Now the old Canon lens has an FD mount, and the Sony has an E mount. So to mount this lens to that camera, I'm going to need an FD to Nex adapter. Now I personally use a photodiox adapter, but there are a number of different manufacturers who make adapters just like this, and they can be found online for about $10 to $20. Why are they so cheap? Well, there's not much to them really. Since these old lenses are fully manual, adapting them requires nothing fancy. No electronics or anything like that to complicate things. Simply line up, turn, lock, and shoot. Now another popular and super affordable lens is the Helios 44mm 58mm f2. This lens renders some particularly unique swirly bokeh, which adds a nice little bit of character to your shots. It's also got some pretty cool flaring properties that can also be used in creative ways. It's an M42 mount, so let's say I want to mount this lens to my Canon cinema camera. I'm going to need an M42 to EOS adapter. Let's just put this on and see how it looks. Oh man, that's close. Man, that is close. 24mm. Now, one of the best things about shooting with vintage lenses is character. A little personal flair to help your images stand out from the rest. This is a Kern & Swidar 25mm f1.4. It's a 16mm film lens taken from a Bolex motion picture camera, and it definitely has loads of character. It's a C-mount lens, and to adapt it to a full-frame mirrorless, I picked up the photodiox C-mount to Nex. Looks a little funny mounted, but it does produce some pretty cool results. And you know what they say, it's not the size of your lens that matters, it's how you use it. See how easy it is to adapt these old SLR lenses to your modern cameras. And I honestly feel like it is a great way to find new inspiration in the craft of photography. Or if you're just starting out, it's a fantastic place to learn and grow. And it's not going to cost you thousands of dollars, which is critical because there's nothing worse than having a cost barrier up to keep you out of certain aspects of photography. But I don't know, maybe I'm just biased. Alright guys, well that's it for this video. If anybody has any additional questions or concerns about shooting with these vintage lenses, leave them down below in the comments. I practically live down there. I'm happy to answer anything that comes up. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Yes. Yes, that's it. Yes, yes. All right, right now I have a 35mm super multi-coated Takumar f2 mounted to my Canon cinema camera. It's actually pretty cool. The only problem is I can't tell if I'm in focus 100%. I mean, if I were shooting somebody else, this would be perfect, but it's tough to shoot yourself on vintage. It's doable, but you have to really trust the focus. And right now, I'm not sure how it's gonna look. All right, thanks for that, guys. Yes.